This is a comparing and contrasting two Cinderella texts at second grade level by Danielle Wesley. The bell ringer for this lesson is to think about the Cinderella story you have read before, then answer the questions below. There is a table at the bottom where you will write two answers under the correct heading in that table. So the first question is, what kind of person is Cinderella? 2, what kind of person is a stepmother? And here is a table that I mentioned. The first heading is Cinderella. The second heading is stepmother. So you write two characteristics under the heading Cinderella. Then you will write two characteristics under the heading stepmother. Number 3, are Cinderella's and stepmother's characteristics similar, or are they different? Look at the table. Compare what you wrote under Cinderella and compare what you wrote under stepmother. Are they the same or are they different? The opening question: why has the Cinderella story survived for so many years in different cultures and different parts of the world? This is the part where the open question will be addressed to the students, and we can discuss why it has survived so long, why we think it has survived so long, and why it has even expanded into different cultures and different parts of the world. We will let the students give an answer, and then we'll discuss. Unit objectives. The students will compare and contrast two different Cinderella stories. The students will use a Venn diagram to compare and contrast. Students will retell the story in their own words. Students will be able to ask questions and answer questions using who, what, where, when, why, and how to show understanding of the key details from the text. The integrated video. This is the top 10 greatest Cinderella movies. It's a video from YouTube that I have found, and it just shows a quick, brief view of each of the 10 greatest Cinderella movies. And then we can discuss it and talk about why are they so different, what is different about them, and we can start a discussion. We can do think, pair, and share, or we can do this as whole group. The first discussion. There are many versions of the Cinderella story that show different cultures in the world. And we have shown that with the 10 greatest Cinderella movies. So some examples are the Egyptian Cinderella by Shirley Clymo, Cinderella, a Caribbean Cinderella by Robert D. Sansucci, Mufara's Beautiful Daughters, An African Tale by John Steptoe, Yi Shin, A Cinderella Story from China by Angling Louis, Adelita by Tommy DePilo. And it'd be good if we could have all of these books displayed, or at least where they can look at it, touch it, look through it, just somewhere where it's visible. And if there's any more other Cinderella stories that you have access to, that'd be great for them to look at also. Why do you think so many Cinderella stories portraying different cultures in different parts of the world have survived? The second discussion, fairy tale story elements. The fairy tale story elements are character setting, story events, and life lessons. So characters in different fairy tale stories, there's good characters, there's evil characters, and then there's the magical figure. In Cinderella, our good characters are Cinderella and the prince. The evil characters are the stepmother and stepsisters, and the magical figure is the fairy godmother. In the setting, it always starts once upon a time, and it takes place in castles or kingdoms. Story events usually is the good versus the bad, and then there's magic, and then there's spells, things that usually happen, things that usually do not happen in real life. And life lessons, it could be about following your dream or don't give up. Like in Cinderella, she didn't give up and she was following her dreams. But the different fairy tale stories can have different life lessons. Exit question. Name another fairy tale story that good characters are against evil characters. So in this question, they can name any other fairy tale story that they can think of, and what is the lesson from that story that they learned.